Did Discraft keep their best driver a secret? Today, we're gonna find out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I have in my hand is a very unique disc, an opportunity we have. We were sent some Nuke Pluses by Ezra Aderhold. Shout out to Ezra Aderhold. If you guys don't know much about a Nuke Plus, it is basically a modified version of one of Discraft's best drivers, the Nuke. But what they say is it's supposed to be stronger, it's supposed to be a little faster, I heard, a little faster, and a little bit more overstable. Kind of like
and harder and better as well.
And
faster and stronger.
Stronger and
yep, okay.
Swag. Basically, the way you can think about this disc is the pros Nuke. You know, some of you might say, oh, I think a Nuke is kind of a pros disc. But the players progressing as they are, you got Anthony Brell, you got Ezra Aderhold, they're throwing real hard. They need something a little bit stronger. And we're going to take a look at this thing on if Discraft should put this into production. I already know I'm going to want it in production, but I think a good test is to see slower arm speed behind the camera, what it flies like for him. So we're just going to put it through the ringer and see how it flies.
So, Nuke Plus is in my right hand, a standard ESP swirl Nuke in my left. So we're going to do a couple different throws, a couple backhands, a couple forehands, just to compare the flight. The profile of these feels very similar to a Nuke, although they did add a micro bead. I assume to give it a little extra stability, but the wing and the flight plate in the hand, it feels basically exactly the same. The bead's not very noticeable.
It feels good. The shape of it feels, it's like it comes out very Nuke-ish.
Yes, yeah.
So for context, we have a blank field. We got a bag 375 feet away. I mean, we're not necessarily aiming for it, but it's more just context for the viewer.
Here we have a bit of a tail, kind of like a tail right to left crosswind. I'm just gonna throw flat. I'm not gonna necessarily go for the bag here because I don't know if I can get a Nuke out to 375 flat, but we'll give it a shot.
So just regular Nuke.
Just regular old Nuke.
Flat.
Oh, I totally rolled it. Okay, we'll do flex shots first because I got over on that one.
Okay, flex shot, standard Nuke.
Trying to get warmed up here, but I can repeat that.
Slow arm speed, standard.
To roll it over.
Flex shot.
Flex shot, orange.
Use a Nuke Plus.
Nuke Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, considerably more overstable. I don't know how overstable that Mocha Joe is.
It's not. So for more context to the viewer, we got 4 Nukes to test with against the Nuke Pluses, varying stability. This probably being the most overstable, Mocha Joe probably being the flippiest.
Right.
What you just threw, oh, you threw Mocha Joe. Blue is probably in the middle, and this is also probably in the middle. So yeah.
Let's see how this purple one flies. I will get some flat releases out here in a bit. Hyzer and Hyzer are a little bit easier for me. All right, so that one, I'm curious how far this one goes. A little bit flatter and nose up, but I mean, they definitely glide, but they want to get out of the sky for sure. They're pretty overstable.
I mean, you're throwing that, what, probably 315?
The second one, the orange one, may have gotten closer to 330. I'll get a better idea when I'm out there.
I have a feeling it's not very far. Range the bag.
Okay. So right at 315. 315. You kind of nailed it.
All right, a little bit step up in arm speed. I'm interested to see what, for my backhand, these discs are gonna fly like. I'm gonna go Big Z, normal Nuke. Little bit of Anheuser, kind of hit it pretty hard.
Just your stock shot?
Stock shot, just to kind of stress test it, see what we're getting out of the regular Nuke. Okay, I really stress test.
Same miss as me.
Okay.
First throws are always a...
All right, we're stress testing here. We're stress testing. All right, we're gonna basically hit this thing flat. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow, you smacked that.
So that's very Nuke-ish for me. I'm assuming when I hit this thing, it's gonna come out of it real quick. Nuke Plus. About the same shot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See, and the other thing is that it's getting to that angle, like it's coming out of it, and then it's also like it's skipping.
Yeah.
It's even skipping in this grass.
Well, they would standard fly like, but lift on that one.
Yeah. That's desirable flight.
Definitely good.
All right. Nuke Plus number 1. Probably around 345. It's looking like that other one. Yeah, 344. Nuke Plus 2. A little bit further than 375. 378. And then we're looking at this blue one. I mean, folks.
Okay. His mic dropped out. He ranged that one at 415. A couple forehands. The tailwind's kind of picking up, so that may help us a little bit. You guys know, for the consistent viewer, they're not the best forehand thrower. I'm gonna try to chop on these, give them some air.
I think it's a good test to see what like an inconsistent forehand thrower would throw with this Nuke Plus.
We don't really need it. My thought was originally to go like, you know, we throw a flat shot and throw a turnover, but honestly, we're gonna get on the course and throw some shot shapes. These shots are just to kind of give you an idea of how they fly in open air. So, a little chop forehand here. See what we can get out of it.
That is a chop. Look out. Still got a lot of flex out of that.
Yeah, I mean
that's a regular nuke.
That's a regular nuke. So I'm assuming that I can hit this. I'm gonna try to hit it in the same angle and just hit it a little harder. That was a little nose up. Let me try another. I mean, it fought out quick. That went like 210 feet. Same thing. Hold on. All right, couple weak shots. Oh, this is modified.
Why?
Ezra sanded the bead off of this.
I threw it. This was the first one I threw just practicing with it, and it kind of like fell out of the sky.
Interesting. I wonder how that. I mean, he sanded it perfect.
I mean, it also could have been like something they did, and we're like,
yeah, Discraft may have messed with it and to see how it would compare. Kind of feels like has like an onyx wing on it. I'll throw that in a second. We'll see if it flies any different. All right, let's get one good forehand here.
That went 187 feet.
What's going on here? All right, guys, it's getting worse. The first was fine.
There we go.
I mean, it does about what I expected, right?
Yeah.
That one's gonna be slightly modified. Like I said, it's sanded, but I mean, well, you guys can see all 4 of those. The 3 were bad, but I mean, it flew like Pete said off camera. They seem to be about 40 feet short. I'm gonna take the rangefinder, and my guess is that that's probably about 40 feet short of the nuke. So it's interesting. Your assessment was spot on. I mean, granted, comes with the caveat that the one that I got out there was the modified one. So we'll have a better idea of actually how they fly when you throw yours, but stock nuke for me went 350, and the other nuke, the blue Nuke Plus that has the bead shaved off, went 310. So it's exactly 40 feet. These were like, this one got out to like 290, and these two were like 250. Obviously really bad miss releases, but I mean, I'm curious if yours are 40 feet. I'm curious if they'll be like, since you throw it so much further than me, is 40 feet going to turn into 60 feet?
Yeah, I think it's going to extrapolate. The only issue that I have with this is that I can't throw this thing flat forehand because
You haven't thrown on hyzer.
It's going to go that way, so I'm going to have to hit it.
Okay, well, do this. Here's the thing. Go for max distance for both of these. Throw how you would need to throw max distance, and we'll see what the difference is. Because I mean, if it's a nuke for pros, they should be able to throw it as far as they want, right?
Yeah, I should be able to pump this thing pretty far with this wind.
Kind of got out of it, but
Yeah,
I mean, that was still.
I didn't give it enough.
That's probably 450. I'd say today is a good day. Yeah, tailwind's definitely helping you with the stability.
Two polar opposites.
Okay.
Let's go one more.
Yeah. Just split the difference.
I mean, I have that gold one.
Yeah, that one's
much
an anomaly.
different.
It's very overstable.
Okay. A little bit less.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first two.
Yeah. But that's me throwing a nuke.
You want to try the gold one just to have it? You may as well. This one's quite a bit different profile wise because it's so domey. Right.
Flies really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, sorry for the jerky camera work.
Yeah, that's like 5.
I think you can hit these the same way.
That's what I was saying. Is like that's pretty similar to the way these things fly. These are definitely a little bit more stable, but I can hit this about as hard as I want. Yeah. That's going pretty far.
That's. I mean, I guess for context, and it goes without saying, you definitely have pro arm speed or pro arm speed plus for forehands. So.
Well, and that's what we're saying is that, I mean, I want to throw this disc for distance. I don't want to throw a nuke for distance. I want to hit it this way rather than this way.
Right.
Now we're just having fun.
Where'd it go? Oh.
Yeah, it can handle about any speed. Man, oh man. You can really crank on those things. I'm interested to see how far those went. I mean,
you want to try the beadless one?
Oh yeah.
Like, did that feel better?
It's definitely way less overstable. It's got more glide. I mean, for me, beads and stuff, I don't really feel them on forehand anyways. They all feel, they feel good coming out of my hand.
Cool.
Definitely interesting results. I will say, the biggest thing that you can tell the difference in is the consistency. The Nuke Pluses were like in a clump, all like in the same area. The Nukes were all over the place because I think of how squirrely they get for different runs and stuff. So these Nuke Pluses, not only do they offer more overstability, I think with that overstability it adds more consistency. You know where they're going to go, where they're going to fly. I'm really interested to see what they're going to fly like on the course, so we're going to go head over and do a little modified layout just to Nuke Plus / Nuke specific holes. We're going to go test them out. Cool, let's go.
So hole 2, you guys have maybe seen this one on camera. We've thrown quite a few shots here between social media and Park Derby. Distance wise, what is it?
Should be 400 on the dot.
Nuke first, like a little baby flex, try to kind of push it left. Slipped out of my hand. Okay, so some slippage. Let's try one more.
Look out.
Not enough push. Yeah, the Nuke is it's definitely a lot of disc for me. That's way short. It's a little big for my hand and it's a little too fast for my arm speed. All right, so I can put this on a lot of flex.
Look out.
That's probably 65, 60 short. I mean,
flew great though.
It did fly nice.
I mean, it's the perfect scene. This is exactly what, if I would step up to this T-pad, I feel the headwind coming towards me. You didn't mention there's a headwind.
Yeah, there's a headwind.
There's a headwind coming up through this corridor. Maybe I'd throw a nuke normally, nuke-ish disc, but this was in production. I'd reach for this in the wind any day over a Nuke OS, because if I'm throwing a Nuke OS here, I'm gonna have to throw it as hard
Obviously
as I can.
forehands.
Yes. So I'm gonna go forehand here. This is a pretty stock shot for me. We got a Nuke, forehand, slight hyzer. That's my biggest issue. That's why I wouldn't grab a Nuke, because for some reason I can't get it I don't want to throw hyzer. I want to throw something flat. So
I mean, the headwind is going to exaggerate the flight too. That definitely didn't help.
It's even more of a point of like why I wouldn't throw a nuke there.
No, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm assuming that this is the slot right here that I'm looking for, this Nuke Plus.
You trusted it and it worked. Yeah.
Okay, skipped up to hole 7. This is a good test for my arm speed at this basket. We're talking probably 415, 430-ish. Paul's gonna show you the spike hyzer to the basket that's not in currently. He's gonna show you kind of the low arm speed, lawn dart kind of deal. This is another one where it's like, I want a disc like a nuke, and maybe I'm gonna lead more towards a nuke on this shot because of how far it is, and I'm interested to see how far I can push that out there. But we'll see the nuke first. I'm gonna try and go outside of that tree. Yeah, so that's a good... Jeez.
Well, you're not going to do much better than that.
Right. Well, and I guess that's my point, is that for something like this, I don't think a Nuke Plus, I think this will show you why the Nuke Plus is so much different.
So,
because
caveat here, we're going back the other direction. And so we do have a tailwind here, so that gave it a little more stability than last time. That's why it got so squirrely. But
true.
I mean, it just means that you have the green light to hit this as hard and as aggressive as you want.
Yeah. And I think you'll see the difference in the throw. I'm going to have to throw this pretty hard to get, I don't even know if I'll be able to get it there. They do turn a little bit. I mean, that's 40 feet short.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty true to what these would fly like, is 40 feet.
Definitely interesting. But I think I'm going to throw this thing on hyzer and have it spike right on that pin. At least that's the thought. And I think that most of the viewers would probably do the same thing with this disc. Just use it to drop right on the pin. So we're going to that left right here. A little bit short, probably 30 short, but that's the idea. I mean, it got out of the sky quick. All right, so we got one left that we can throw. This is the one that's been shaved off, so it's not quite the same as the other Nuke Pluses. All right, Mocha Joe first. Try to go the big distance to give myself a short-ish approach shot to the long pin.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Yeah, that felt good. Maybe a little close to that tree, but not bad. Try to hit this the exact same way, just get over on it a little more. Little nose up. Probably 40 feet short. It's kind of crazy how consistent that is.
So even a little bit more evidence of, I think, consistency. Threw a nuke on the previous hole in a headwind, rolled it, burned straight into the ground. That's going to discourage you as a player. Threw the nuke or the Nuke Plus, flexed out, you know, whatever. Then came over here, threw it in a tailwind, 40 feet short, threw the nuke, and it's giving you like the perfect flight. So I think the thing is wind dependent. Nuke is definitely not a wind guy, particularly loving the wind. Nuke Plus is like, don't really care that much. There's different scenarios for each of these discs. If I'm throwing a tailwind and this far of a shot, I would like a nuke over a Nuke Plus because, you know, of how much flight I can get out of that. I'm going to get less flight out of this, and I probably wouldn't reach for this in a tailwind. Sure. In headwind, I would. In headwind for a nuke, I wouldn't.
So we just took like an hour and a half off for a Zoom call, but now we've made it over to 15. You can't see the basket. It's way down there, tucked off to the right. I think this hole, it says 579. I think it's a little bit further. I think it's more like 630, 640. A lot of space to work right and left, or sorry, left and right for like long forehands. That's high and that's in the tree because I dipped my shoulder. I hit something solid. Okay, I will say though, I think if I were to throw a Nuke Plus the exact same way as that,
yeah, you're falling in front of that tree and not hitting it.
Little less angle. Man, that really fights out, don't it? Okay, so I'm kind of just like all over. We'll throw one last one. Oh, it slipped out of my hand. Hand's so slick. All right, well, non-conclusive. I think the bottom line is I should not throw a Nuke or a Nuke Plus on this hole. But that's the honest reality of this. Like, it doesn't belong in my bag.
And now to someone
qualified
bag it does belong into. So I'd probably throw a Nuke-ish disc on this hole. The biggest thing for me, you'll see here, is just the difference in release angle. I want this basically on every shot, and I'm gonna have to throw this disc like that, but this is gonna go a far bit longer. Far. If I hit this right, I can get it to go pretty far.
They win this weekend? They play, when do they win?
Commanders.
Ah. Oh, a little early there with the zoom.
That is a very far shot.
Holy smokes.
And that's just the thing, that's the thing about the Nuke, is that it's the max distance disc. Like, if you're looking for something that's gonna just absolutely fly forever, that's your disc.
Oh.
And I'm blasting. You can see it getting out way quicker. Still a great shot.
That's a great shot.
I'm gonna do one more. Just see full flex, full speed shot out of Nuke Plus. Yeah, it's just a disc you can throw as hard as you want.
Yeah.
And it's gonna fly.
That one's not as overstable. Yep.
I don't want this video to sound like Nuke bad, Nuke Plus good. There are very good things that come out of a Nuke, like a 550-foot forehand and a look for eagle, which I've never personally done on this hole. I probably still won't, but at least I have a look. Well, wasn't meant to be. Wish it was a Nuke Plus.
Cool.
What?
All right, well, that was a good time. But not to Al Gore on your emissions parade, but here's the inconvenient truth. These discs probably will never end up in your bag because they probably won't exist. I can't really say because it's Discraft's thing. It's their choice whether or not they want to make it. But I'm curious, let us know down in the comments below, is this the kind of disc that would make your bag? Would you guys throw a Nuke Plus based on, I mean, you probably don't want to throw it based on how I threw it, but based on how Pete threw it, let us know down below. In the last video, when we played the super long hole with the guys from First Form, we said whoever was closest to guessing the total time it took us to play the round would win something from the Ledgestone Warehouse, and the winner, as usual, in the palm of my hand. Congratulations. Get yourself something nice. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
What?
A little bonus thing here is that just over that fence is where they enriched all the uranium for the Manhattan Project.
Initially it was based in New York, then they got ratted out, so then they moved for some reason to Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and the headquarters of the Manhattan Project are just over there. You can still visit it to this day.
Yep.
And I kind of want to, because Oppenheimer is one.